This is CBS 7 News at 6. Your eye on West Texas.
Kind of makes you nervous. I mean, because just everything's been so bad. It's been so long without any rain. You just don't want things to get out of hand.
As the basin gears up for fireworks celebrations, it's raising fears about the entire area catching on fire. We start all new tonight at 6 o'clock with fireworks bans across West Texas. Enjoying the traditional celebration will be hard to come by this year. But as CBS 7's Mayron Berkson tells us, professional fireworks are still scheduled, but not without potential danger. Mayron?
With record-breaking drought conditions and the 4th of July just around the corner, it's a recipe for wildfires. But with just a handful of fireworks shows scheduled, the professionals are saying safety is their main priority.
This year, I think everybody is nervous. We just want to make sure that there is a safe alternative to shooting off fireworks themselves.
Nancy Wells of Main Street, Odessa is organizing the Firecracker Fandango in Odessa this year. And after getting calls from worried Odessans, she wants to assure people their fireworks show will be safe.
Our show is shot by professional pyrotechnicians in the presence of the fire and police department.
Firecracker Fandango isn't the only show around town for July 4th. The Midland Rockhounds will be setting off their fireworks all weekend long.
Baseball and fireworks the 4th of July is done all over the country, so it's a great weekend for the citizens. It's a great weekend for us, and it's always a thing where it's a tradition.
But some residents who live near Citibank Ballpark are concerned because of the seed fire that hit so close to home just a few weeks ago.
The fire was all in that area. It's all been burned and we're all evacuated a couple of weeks ago. I don't think they should be allowed to.
But the Rockhounds will be working with the Midland Fire Department to make sure everything goes smoothly.
We know it's also safe, and this will be a great place for people still to enjoy the 4th of July and have fireworks.
It gives a safe alternative to those people who need their fireworks hit.
Now, the fire department said that if winds are higher than 25 miles per hour during the fireworks show, they will be stopped because of fire danger. Reporting in the studio, Mayron Berkson, CBS 7 News.
Mayron, thanks very much. There are some other fireworks celebrations planned this year. Monahans and Alpine will host fireworks displays on July 4th. Fort Davis has a celebration planned for July 1st. You can find a complete list on our website. Just go to cbs7.com. One man could be responsible for setting several wildfires across West Texas. That's according to officials. Jimmy Ferris was arrested last night by the Texas Forest Service and charged with arson. In a bizarre twist, Ferris was featured right here on CBS 7 News after some emergency personnel contacted us saying he is a known fire spotter, someone who drives around looking for smoke and then calls it in to firefighters. Tonight, it's a different story. CBS 7's Shelley Childers has more.
Tatum, it took almost a dozen agencies to come together and share information they had about what they called a suspicious outbreak of grass fires recently. That, combined with information, led them straight to the man they say is possibly responsible for a number of arson cases.
We knew it was occurring, not because all these fires are the areas they were starting in, and a lot of them didn't have a reason to start. So we knew the arsonist was out there, and we didn't know if it was one person or just multiple.
Information led investigators to this man, Jimmy Doyle Ferris of Odessa, who once told CBS 7 he spent his free time watching out for residents in the Permian Basin.
I'll get on higher elevations and sit there for several minutes, sometimes hours, and just scan the horizon with my binocular.
CBS 7 ran his story after he suffered 3rd and 2nd degree burns all over his body from a fire he says he was trying to put out.
The investigation into him actually started just a couple of days ago.
And yesterday, a warrant was obtained to place a tracking device on his truck. Hours later, that device was set off. Authorities found Ferris exiting the Wyndham Ranch off of South FM 1788. Nearby him was a small grass fire.
At this time, we're only looking at him for the one fire, but like I said, the investigation still is ongoing.
Right now, do you think that he is the only arsonist we have here?
I'm not sure. We'll just have to keep investigating the fires that we do have.
There's plenty of accidental fires to go to without having someone set them.
Now, we did ask how they believe Ferris started the fire, but authorities won't say much else because this is an open investigation. Reporting live in the studio, Shelley Childers, CBS 7 News.
Shelley, thanks very much. A brush fire near the Odessa meteor crater on Interstate 20 is now under control. That's according to Odessa fire officials who first got the call about 3 o'clock this afternoon. Fire crews are still assessing the damage and trying to determine how many acres burned. They're also still working hot spots in that area. City leaders in Odessa have made a decision on new water restrictions, and not only does it mean watering your yard only 2 days a week, there are some other conditions as well. CBS 7's Shannon Murray is out live at an Odessa car wash to explain. Shannon?
We've had quite a few calls into our newsroom of people asking about car washes, and this car wash in particular actually told us they've even received complaints, people questioning them about their water use. Well, now the city of Odessa says this is actually the only way that you can wash your car, because you can no longer wash it yourself. You actually have to go somewhere to get it washed. So starting June 1st, only commercial and mobile car washes are allowed. You aren't allowed to water your sidewalk, walkway, driveway, parking lots, streets, gutters, or homes. And also all leaks must be repaired in a reasonable amount of time. And if you break any of those rules, it is not cheap. You'll actually have to pay up to a $2,000 fine. So those aren't the only restrictions. They've also reduced the number of days you can water your lawn to 2 days a week. So here are a look at those times. As for when you can water your yard, even number addresses may water Tuesday and Saturday. Odd number addresses may water Wednesday and Sunday, and watering will be allowed from 6 p.m. to 10 a.m. the following day. And the city says they are still discussing further restrictions for the city of Odessa. For now, reporting live in Odessa, Shannon Murray, CBS 7 News.
Shannon, thanks very much. Now, we know there have been changes in this watering schedule, so let's look at it once again. Odessa's plan for watering 2 days a week is identical to Midland. Even numbered houses can water on Saturday and Tuesday nights between 6 p.m. and 10 a.m. the next morning. For odd numbered homes, you can water on Sunday and Wednesday nights between 6 p.m. and 10 a.m. These restrictions are mandatory for Midland starting on July 1st, as well as Odessa. These times are also up on our website. Go to CBS7.com. Water restrictions across the basin have many people on edge about the water supply, and it's even causing some to complain about the school districts. Midland ISD has been receiving calls from citizens about certain campuses that are watering outside the recommended watering times. Abel Junior High, for example, had a break in their system, and sprinklers were going off during the middle of the day. While that issue has been resolved, the district wants you to know they are taking the restrictions seriously.
We take those citizens' concerns seriously, and our maintenance department addresses that as soon as we can. And we want those citizens to contact us so that we can address those issues.
Midland ISD has cut back dramatically in watering. Their elementary campuses, for example, only water once a week, and the secondary campuses water twice a week. By now, we may be getting used to these triple-digit temperatures, if it's even possible to get used to temperatures this hot. And the conditions are certainly not helping fire crews and those who are working out in the heat. So what's the rest of the evening look like? Meteorologist Juan Acuna is standing by right now with a closer look outside. Juan?
That's right, Tatum. Even with these hot temperatures around the area, it's actually starting to spark up a few heat-induced thunderstorms. So that'll take us to our pinpoint weather 4x4 radar across the area. And you can see all the red shaded area in the northern Permian Basin and southeastern New Mexico. We have red flag warnings that will be in effect until 10 o'clock. But a little bit of shower activity has begun to spark up around the Pecos area, just to the south of Fort Stockton and around the Crane region and Crane and McCamey. But these are very small thunderstorms, not a whole lot to talk about. Even stronger ones are down towards the south, well out of our region towards the mountain and Mexico. But yes, still brutally hot temperatures outside across the region. In fact, as we look at your early evening forecast, it'll still be hot into the lower 90s, 91 degrees. We'll have a few high clouds around the region, partly cloudy. A southwest wind still blowing at about 10 to 20 miles an hour. Now coming up a little bit later on in weather, we're going to take a full look at the 7-day forecast and see if any rain is introduced, and I'll be back to tell you all about it.
Juan, thanks very much. Arrest affidavits for a Bonham Junior High School teacher charged with sexual assault and having an inappropriate relationship with a student are giving us new details about when the alleged incidents occurred. CBS 7's Catherine Collins has spent the day poring over that paperwork. She's in the newsroom now with more on what she learned. Catherine?
46-year-old Brian Berta was arrested twice this week for the sexual assault of one of his 9th grade students. There are 7 affidavits in this case signed by 2 different judges. The affidavits for sexual assault state that the girl went to Berta's classroom at Bonham on Friday, June 3rd, where they allegedly had sex 4 times that day. The girl's stepfather contacted the Odessa Police Department less than a week later. The school year ended on June 1st, meaning the alleged incidents took place after school had let out. Berta was arrested in Andrews Monday. The bonds for the 4 sexual assault charges total $140,000. He was then arrested again yesterday on 3 counts of improper relationship with a student. Bonds on those charges totaled $90,000. And the Andrews County Jail says he has bonded out. Berta is a 6-year veteran of ECISD and submitted his letter of resignation on Tuesday, according to district officials. The charges against Berta will now go to District Attorney Bobby Bland. He says a 2nd-degree felony charge carries a sentence of 2 to 20 years. For now, reporting in the newsroom, Catherine Collins, CBS 7 News.
Catherine, thanks very much. A 34-year-old Andrews man is dead after an early morning crash. DPS troopers tell us Jason Todd Shepard was driving his truck north on 1788 near County Road 40. Troopers say Shepard turned in front of an 18-wheeler. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Midland law enforcement teamed up earlier today at a local high school to prepare for the worst. These drills simulated a shooting at Midland Freshman School. Officers had to find the shooter and lock down the school. Law enforcement used paint guns for the drill and practiced evacuating injured students. Midland police say they know how important these drills are.
When we're talking about our kids, and it's a little bit closer to home because most people that are involved in these exercises have kids in the public school system, so it's important that we really drill hard and are very effective in how we approach these situations.
Midland police added these drills will be performed annually from this point on. When the economy picks up, so do sales tax numbers, and it's allowing one West Texas town to clean up the streets. We'll have a closer look. But before that, is there any break from the triple-digit heat? Juan Acuna is back after the break with a look at your 7-day forecast. You're watching CBS 7 News, your eye on West Texas.
And finally, like I said, hopefully that high pressure dome moves out of our area. We'll look for 101 on Monday, 100 on Tuesday, and then finally getting out of the triple digits by Wednesday. And we introduced a chance of some showers and thunderstorms. With that high moving over, it leaves us open for some moisture, and hopefully we'll keep that isolated chance even to scattered, because we'll take anything at this point.
Oh, start the prayer chain.
Yes.
All right, Juan, thanks very much. A good economy means people are buying more, and that means cities are seeing a big jump in sales tax revenue. Now, one West Texas community is putting it to good use. A look at some of the much-needed renovations that this money will support coming up after the break. You're watching CBS 7 News, your eye on West Texas. Sales tax is up in Pecos, that is. The city says it was more than the projected, so that they are spending the money for badly needed renovations now. Mayor Vanetta Seal says thanks to the thriving oil and gas industry in Pecos, the sales tax is up by 33%. Seal says this has allowed Pecos officials to add money to several projects that were underfunded in recent years, such as street repairs.
We need to fix our streets, improve them, improve our infrastructure. We have a lot of businesses moving in, and we want to get the infrastructure ready for them.
June's check was 1/6 of the city's total goes to the Pecos Economic Development Corporations for its operations. Entertainment Tonight is coming up next. Make it a great evening. We'll see you back here at 10. Whitney Harding joins us now. You win a championship, you get a parade.
You get a big parade if Mark Cuban owns your team. That's what the Mavs had today. Plus, we have the leaderboard for round 1 of the U.S. Open. Let's get to that trivia question.
Entertainment Tonight is coming up next. Make it a great evening. We'll see you back here at 10.